take the boat out to the site. We anchor very well. In this case, we were able to tie off to cables that are coming off the buoy. And then the next step would be to put together our coring gear and organize it. One of the first things we do is we have a little sonar device and we get an accurate measure of the water depth, because this will tell us where we need to start our drive and capture that topmost meter or meter and a half of sediment. Once we have that established, we can do those calculations, and then we begin to assemble our coring apparatus, which consists of a polycarbonate core tube that's about 2 meters long, a series of coring rods 1.5 meters long, a couple of that are 1 meter long, and a piston and basically a cable. So what we do is we put the piston in the bottom of the tube, connected to the cable. We put a head on that tube, connect it to a rod, fill this thing with water, and start going down, passing the cable and the rods down until we're at about 30 centimeters above the sediment water interface, above that sediment surface. Then we'll tie the cable off and prepare to go ahead and collect our sediment. So after we collect cores, particularly these uppermost sediments that are not very well consolidated, we bring them into the boat, seal them up, and we try to keep them in a vertical position so that the sediments don't slosh around. What we'll do then is we'll cart them back to shore, always maintaining them in that vertical position. We get our cores back to an area where we can extrude them. We mount them in a tripod, and this enables us to extrude them vertically by pushing upward on the bottom on the extruder piston in a very controlled way. And we collect the material that we're extruding in a tray that's at the top of the core tube. And then we collect that material into labeled Whirlback bags or cups that are labeled, so we can transport that material back to the laboratory. And what's kind of fun and interesting about this kind of work is that we can't buy a lot of this kind of equipment off the shelf. In fact, almost everything that you've seen being used today was designed and built by Jason Curtis, the fellow you saw coring with me out in the boat today on Lake Annie.